I mean, I'm serious. I'm just pissed off.
That's all right. You can be pissed off.
Tired.
I am sick and tired
of being sick and tired.
I think that was a Bill Cosby skit. My mother was always sick and tired. One time she came home from work, she said, "I'm sick." And I said, "And tired." After that, I don't remember anything.
All right, let me go over here and check on this. Are you about ready to...
Yeah, let me get a refill. No, we'll come back. Well, I got an update tonight, so maybe it'll put it back. That's stupid. Why would you have a recording button with no pause on it? Ah, delicious. Delicious.
Light them up.
You ready?
Sure.
I'll wait for you. I got all day. Amy's not going to be here until 7 o'clock tonight, so I got the whole place to myself, the whole rancho to myself.
I'm never going to be more ready than I am right now.
Okay. Let's see.
This is not going to get better.
Okay. 12:42. Our first start time. 3:42. I got to keep track of this now because I'm doing something just a little bit different. You ready? Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your hosts, Travis Holmes and Shayne McManus.
Shayne!
What?
How are you?
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm
Hold
trying
it down a little bit.
I'm trying to get the people that listen to the show the first couple seconds. They'll say, "No, I'm not listening to this." So if you get their attention right away, bam, they're like, "Holy shit! What the hell is this goddamn podcast about?" Hell, Lucille, get over here and let's listen to this son of a bitch. This is talking about 50 years old and hell, damn fire shit.
Good luck.
How about that for an intro, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you ought to change that to the...
That should be the opening of the show. Hellfire shit, fuck, let's go.
Fire Elizabeth.
Brenda.
You could be the new...
Brenda,
check... Donnie Baker.
Brenda, check this dumb motherfucker out on this program. He's goddamn gone crazy. Oh.
Ain't got no shirt on either. Yeah, you could be the new Donnie Baker.
Who's Donnie Baker?
Oh, come on. You don't know who Donnie Baker is?
I know
radio guy. Dude?
I know Donnie Osmond.
No. What did that guy? So he's from Florida. And I can't remember the name of the radio show that he worked for. Bob and Tom or Bill and John or something.
Bob and Knob.
Hold on a minute. Let me look. I know you've had to have heard of this radio show.
Is it easy listening in the morning? Because no, I haven't. I don't know. I've never listened to the show. Oh,
but he was like a regular on this radio show.
Was he he was a character or something?
Yeah. So he's got a bunch of, but Donnie Baker is his character name on this. Bob and Tom. Never heard of Bob and Tom?
Have you heard of Dick and Cheese? I don't know. I haven't. No. You know.
Okay. Anyway, nationally syndicated radio show out of somewhere, Bob and Tom. He was a regular character on their show. And then he had a YouTube channel. He's funny. He was like a redneck Florida trailer park dude.
Oh, really? Like that's never been done before.
Yeah. Yeah, and he would wear those 80s weightlifting pants, with the tiger stripes on them and cut off shirt. And he had a big, long blonde mullet.
I have no idea.
I thought it was funny.
And those are all remnants of the Howard Stern era where it's like, okay, it's Tom and Dick and, Bob and Tom and all these other, Patrick and Louise and Selma and Thelma and all these stupid names that like us. Shayne and Travis. I got away from that. That's why we had This Is 50 because we're both 50 years old now. We're getting through life, barely getting through life.
Well, anyway, the guy's dead, so I think somebody killed him. So not about a month ago,
his career killed him.
Yeah, he was funny.
You ready for Halloween, Shayne?
No. I guess. Yeah, I got my name up here in the corner in spooky writing.
Spooky writing.
About as ready as I'm going to get.
Yeah, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel there. I was laying in bed the other night And, you know, I had dinner and everything. I was waiting for my wife to finish.
Dick in hand.
Penis enlarged. And I was like, you know what? I've got like 2 hours before my wife wraps up work and stuff. And I'm laying there and I'm like, what do I want to watch? So I said, wouldn't it be cool to go back through all the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors and just kind of watch them? They're like 22 minutes long. And so I started with one. And I was like, I remember seeing this. So I fast forward to the next one. I got to about Treehouse of Horrors Part 5. And I said, what the fuck am I doing with myself? This is stupid. This is so stupid. And then I was talking to a friend of mine a few weeks back. And he was talking about every night he watches a Halloween movie. And he said something like, you know, we watched Goosebumps. Have you seen Goosebumps before? The movie Goosebumps?
That's like an 80s.
No, it was actually made in 2015. It's got Jack Black in it, but they were 80s books. Like,
if it's got Jack Black in it, I'm out.
You don't like Jack Black?
Jackass.
Really?
No.
Well,
no, why does everybody have to act like this all the time?
The pick of destiny.
Tone it down, you little dick. Good God.
So there was R.L. Stine was the guy who wrote the books back in the 80s. So you're correct. It was a series back in the 80s, but there were novels like Nancy Drew's. He wrote like 230 some odd.
That's what I'm remembering.
So they came out with
a movie. Who cares?
Well, they came out with a movie, and I didn't know anything about Goosebumps. And he was like, "Oh man, I watched that," and he's like, "I forgot how good it was." And I go, "Really, the Goosebumps movie?" So Shayne, after I got fed up with the Treehouse of Horrors, I said, "Well, let me give it a try. I'm good for, you know, a kooky Halloween scary." I could not believe how good that movie was, and this is the first time I've seen it. Now, I tend to be somewhat of a movie snob. If it's not out within the 3 years of me watching it, like I won't watch anything like from 2017 or 2016 because it really bothers me. The technology just has changed in that amount of time. But this movie is just, you know, it's a standalone. They didn't really have a whole lot of technology in the movie. It was a basic story about, you know, don't do this and do this. Be careful, don't say this word, and creatures. And the graphics, the CGI and all that was on point. They could have just had one monster chasing you through the whole entire thing. No, they had numerous monsters, and every single one of them spot on, dead on. The acting was really good. It was a little over the top, but they knew they were being over the top. Like, hey, the spider's on the wall. Oh my God, you know, and they're all kids and stuff, and they run and stuff. It's like a family horror movie, and it was good. It was really good.
How do you even enjoy a movie if you're sitting there analyzing it that much, like you're critiquing a glass of wine or something?
I told you I went
enjoy the movie.
I went to the film and theater production at the college I went to.
Yeah, you need to turn that off.
So I can't. It's in my nature now. So I liked it so much, Shayne, so much. I said, "There's got to be a part 2. I have to see what happens in part 2." So the next night, I'm searching all over. We have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Prime, I think Peacock or something else. And I could not find part 2 anywhere. You had to rent it. You had to rent part 2. I'm like, give me a fucking break. I got part 1 right here on free. Oh, we had Disney also. Part 2, I got to rent for $7.99. Something's not right here. I found the video, part 2 of Goosebumps. And guess where I was watching it? This is how bad I wanted to watch it.
You were watching it on your phone in the crapper.
No. I was watching it. I found a YouTube channel, so they didn't get flagged. They divided the movie up in 1 minute and 50-second segments. So
that's annoying as hell.
So I'd watch the movie, and 1 minute and 50 would go by. The screen would go black for like a half a second, and then it would pick up on the next video. So you would lose like, hey, don't go there. You know, you get that little short, but and it was grainy. It was worse than half the videos. You know, when we do some of our videos here, sometimes your picture's real grainy. It was grainy. It was horrible. But I watched it. I was like, "Ooh, this is good." It was good. It was as good as the first one.
Because you knew you were doing something illegal. Look, do you go through all this movie analyzing when you're watching porn?
No, but I do realize that there are I have watched the cinematography and say, okay, I know when I go to this, I know what directions the cinematographer is going to go for. Whether he's going to concentrate on the penis or he's going to concentrate on the boobs. You know. Okay. And, you know, there's just certain, you know, things in there when you watch it, you know exactly what you're going to, I don't feel like looking at that for, you know, 3 minutes or whatever.
Fast forward.
Yeah. Fast forward.
I get it. I'm just trying to get in your mind a little bit to see how it works. It's a fucking scary place.
What? My mind or?
Just saying. Your mind. Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird in here.
So when it's like being trapped. It's like being trapped in
an unplugged refrigerator that's been sitting out in a landfill for a while, but somebody still wants to do something with it and is just hoping somebody comes along, picks it up, and takes it away and makes it useful.
Well, if you're in a nuclear blast, you'd be safe now, wouldn't you?
Not in a sure.
That's Indiana Jones. That's Indiana Jones, by the way.
Absolutely. I'm going to bury a refrigerator in my backyard to hide in case of a nuclear blast.
Well, he survived the blast, but he died of suffocation.
Yeah.
He almost made it. Darn it.
The handle was on the outside.
So I watched the Goosebumps 1 and 2 to tell you this, because there's a new series that's coming out. It's the Goosebumps series. And
well, good for you. Now you got something to look forward to.
I do, but here's the problem. There's an actor out there. His name is Justin Long. I don't know if you know him or not. He was in the first Jeepers Creepers when he was nobody. He was nobody.
That name sounds like a porn actor for sure.
No. Yeah, Justin Long. Mm-hmm. But he was in the first Jeepers Creepers when he was nobody. He was in Dodgeball. He was one of the main guys in Dodgeball. He was also in that movie Waiting, where he's a waiter. Mm-hmm. So he's in this
got black hair, kind of beetle looking dude.
Exactly.
The Beatles. The Beatles. Yeah.
Ringo. Put down my sister. So there's a new
fat and ugly.
So there's a new series that's coming out for Goosebumps. I'm like, all right. So I watched the first 2 movies. If this has anything, you know, even if it's remotely as good as the movies, this is going to be a really good series because I want a new series to watch. So I watched the first episode, Shayne. I watched it, the first episode. Mm-hmm. And
sorely disappointed.
Well, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you what I found out about this new series that's come out. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I know what it is. They're all gay.
Well, you're close. You're close.
Yeah. They're all transgender.
Did you take a sip yet?
Not good enough.
It's good enough.
Well, we do that again. That sounds funny.
It makes my glands right here in the back of right here start salivating when I hear that because I know exactly what that tastes like.
That's what ASMR is for.
You ready?
Yeah.
So I was outside the other day, Shayne, doing just we were cleaning out the chicken coop, one of the chicken houses. We're cleaning out, and the neighbor's dogs are barking. You know, Land Cloud comes over and he's bark, 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 bark. And we see 2 people walk down the path. My neighbor's house walk down the path that separates the 2 properties. 2 boys, 2 men. And I look over and I go, oh, hey, it's the older son or the middle-aged son.
Batman and Robin.
No, it's the middle-aged son. And now the train boy has come home from Wisconsin or Wyoming.
Oh, I bet he is just all jacked up. I bet they can't keep control. I bet he's bringing whores over and cases of beer and crack and
Shayne, did I not tell you about Train Boy?
Yeah, you know how those Amish people are when they get out.
Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you about Train Boy?
Yes.
Okay.
I can envision the train being run on him. Right?
So,
Is that where we're going?
Yeah. So he comes home And I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? You know, and he's like going, oh, you know, I'm back in town for a week or two. And, you know, so how is it out there in Wyoming or Wisconsin, one of those W states, wherever you're at? He goes, and
I fucked a buffalo while I was out there.
You have to understand, Shayne, he's been homeschooled all the way through college, and he had to go to a technical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude has got to have some pressure built up, you know?
So he went to college, but it was a Christian-based college. So his interaction in the real world now, for the most part, now he's had jobs and stuff, but he's had jobs with people that, you know, own businesses at his church. So, you know, irrigation guy, you know, this is Jebediah and his irrigation system. You're going to work with Jebediah. So, I mean, he's still not outside that circle of faith. And so now he's working on a train line, you know, not business. What is it? Freight train liner. And so how is it? He's like, well, first of all, the bosses won't let you do anything. And I go, well, what do you mean? He goes, there's so many rules and you have to do this and you have to do that. And I said, oh, so welcome to corporate America. Yeah. Welcome to corporate America. And he's like, yeah, it's just, I didn't realize it was going to be that bad out there. And, you know, my first 2 days there, I got like 2 demerits because I didn't know and I'm like, son, boy, you are going to have some problems. And then he goes, this is his next line. He goes, so are you meeting new friends and stuff out there? And he goes, everyone out there is weird. I just kind of stay in my apartment and just watch TV. And I'm like going, because he's scared. He hasn't been in the quote unquote real world. He's in a whole, how many states away is that? Wisconsin, or let's say Wisconsin, just because that's what I'm going to say all the time. And
Wyoming,
let's say Wyoming, and he's living in an apartment by himself. He's got a full-time job. He's got these old, curmudgeon old men that are, 60 plus years old, and they've been on the train lines for 40 years, and they're back in my day. And he's like, and he's having this culture shock out there. And I feel bad for him, but yeah, so he came home and then he's like, I'm like, well, you got any friends and stuff? He's like, nah, not really. The people out there are weird. They like to go out and drink and stay up late. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like,
give it time. He'll be out drinking with them.
No,
they'll corrupt him. Yeah, they will. They'll corrupt him.
No, he just
always happens.
He needs to find his own group of people is what he needs to find.
Well, maybe he needs to head down to Utah and hook up with some Mormons.
I said, so what do you
feel a little more comfortable there?
I said, so what do you do for fun? He goes, I go on a lot of bike rides and hiking. I said, by yourself? He's like, well, no, I got this one guy that I go out with. So
now we're getting somewhere.
So, well, yeah, that's what I was saying in the beginning. We were talking about whoring out. I don't think he's whoring out in the way you think he would.
How old is he?
I think he might just barely be 21 now.
So of drinking age, you think?
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to grow up in that homeschooled environment where you're sheltered there at the house and you don't go anywhere and you don't do anything. And then you get thrown out into the big world. There's 2 directions he's got to go. It's either up or down.
He'll probably do both.
A lateral move. Yeah. That's not a lateral move for him. So
no.
He's either going to sink or swim.
He's liking it. I mean, he's doing well. That was his main thing. He's like
did you say doing well?
He's doing very well. He said that the first things out of it.
So Will's the guy's name that he's doing, right?
I'm doing them. But that was the first things out of his mouth was, corporate office is weird and the people out there are weird.
That place is weird for anybody that's normal.
Right.
Like if you were to go out there, you'd feel the same way.
Well, yeah. Now
you would feel like a fish out of water.
You would think that, that the culture out there is nothing like here in North Carolina. Even, I was born and raised in Orlando. I mean, you've got a whole slew of, the whole spectrum of mental cases or mentality of cases and religions and culture and all that stuff out there. It's, not really diverse for the most part.
Well, I mean, I grew up here. When I went in the military, I started traveling all over the place. So it was always weird. You get somewhere and then you look at everybody. I don't care where you go. You go to another town over and everybody looks and acts weird. But if you're in your own little area, everything's fine. Like when I got out to Texas, which is everybody don't mess with Texas. Texas is the greatest state, and they're weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're freaking weird.
There's an attitude with being from Texas.
Yeah. I mean, and they, but what's so funny about them out there is they all have, and I'm talking about my own family here, my wife's side of the family, but they all have a college education. They're very intellectual, but
socially they're idiots.
They're just different. Yeah, they're just different. But I think if you went to Wyoming, you'd end up being an alcoholic.
You mean more of an alcoholic?
I was just waiting to hear your response.
Yeah. The first problem is admitting you have the problem. Done stamp on that.
Is it really a problem though if you enjoy it? Does it enhance your life and make it better?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't wake up with a hangover. I know my limits. I know exactly when to start, when to stop, and when I've had too much, and when is it not enough,
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.
All right. I was driving my
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing you being in Wyoming. And for some reason there's a cowboy hat and a belt buckle and assless chaps. I don't know why I went there, but
why are you thinking of me in assless chaps, Shayne?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you, my brain's working weird today.
That's all right.
Bear with me.
It's all right. Working weird the other day. My little red truck, my little Nissan D21, 1992. I love it, man. It's a little 5-speed. Jump in it, start it up, phew, take off. Everything works on it. Well, except for yesterday or the day before. So I get on it and I need to go up to the post office. And we live in a town of 2,500 people here. Well, at least I do. And we got one little post office, and there's a little old lady behind the counter. And, hey, Cindy, how can I help you? I need to mail this package off, so I mail it off and get in the truck. And I go to fire up the truck. Oh, fuck. Really? It's a brand new... Fuck. Call my dad.
Something draining that battery.
Yeah, well, I found that out later, and I'll tell you what actually happened. But here's the thing. I'm like, Dad, can you come up to the post office and give me a jump? My battery died. He's like, yeah, I'll be up there in a minute. I actually said, yeah, who is this? No. So I'm standing there, and I do the typical, the passenger or the driver's side doors open because I want to save that spot next to me for my dad to pull up when he gets there so we can jump the battery. And the hood is up on the car, on the truck, right? That's your typical, I've got engine problems look. Now I'm standing there. This was just a quick run to the post office and back home. I'm standing there. I've got my yard shoes on, covered in grass, just because they're yard shoes. I've got compression socks that come up to my knees, and they're black with little white hearts all over them. I've got a tan pair of cargo shorts on, and I've got I've got an old Nike shirt on where I've cut the sleeves off, and I wear it when I paint, so I've got like paint fingerprints on it. And I'm standing there. And just standing there, waiting, just kind of looking at the engine, I wonder what that does, and I wonder what that does, that type stuff.
Well, let me stop you right here. I can just picture Amy staring out the window, just licking her lips at you. Like, I got to have some of that.
No, I'm stuck at the post office.
Oh, okay, I got it.
So I'm stuck at
the post office lady.
Yeah,
staring out the window.
Can I help you? So I'm standing there, and I'm just minding my own business, just kind of, taking in the scenery. And the guy saw me raise the lid, the hood up, the trunk, the engine cover, whatever.
Truck lid.
Yeah, truck lid.
Truck lid.
And he walks by me, does everything he can not to make eye contact with me. And I'm like, all right.
He doesn't want to screw with you, buddy.
I'm like, all right.
I'm not helping you.
Yeah, he's like 60-something years old, gray hair, professionally dressed, button-up tie, slacks, dress shoes. Walks by me, gets his whatever he's got to do, and walks back by me. I'm like, all right. No, hey, how you doing? Are you doing all right or anything like that? Another guy comes up, Same thing. Walks right by me. No eye contact, no nothing. Walks back by me again. Now, mind you, this is a small town of 2,500 people. Everybody knows everybody. This is the funny part. So this hybrid comes in. The Elantra. The Hyundai Elantra. Hybrid. It's electric. And it pulls...
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
I was waiting for you to throw that in there. Pulls up on the passenger side. 2 little old ladies in the car. And they can't see me because I got the trunk lit up. The hood lit up. So I step out just to look, and they both went, oh, like that. And I just kind of, I do the white person, tilt your head and smile, nod, hey, how you doing? I could see them talking back and forth to each other in the car. And then all of a sudden, the car backs right out and leaves the parking lot. They didn't want to get out of their car. They thought I was going to be a hobo and rob them or something.
Yeah, do you remember you describing to me what you were wearing?
I know.
There's your problem right there.
The last person that showed up, she's sitting in her car, and she's got one of those Mercedes small SUVs, like a 2-door, whatever they are. And she's sitting there, and I can see her looking out her window. So she quickly grabs her phone and gets out of the car and like, yeah, I know. Yeah. So, and I'm like, give me a fucking break, lady. You are not on the phone. I'm not going to bother you. I felt like an outcast. Here's the best part.
Yeah.
My dad shows up and he pulls up. I get the jumper cables out and my dad's got, I don't know if you've seen them, those Ford Eco Sports. It's a 3-cylinder car.
What?
It's a 3-cylinder car. Yes, 3 cylinders.
Wait. 3 cylinders because 4 is too much.
It's too much horsepower for that car, I guess. My dad wanted it. He needed something. He bought it. It was, anyways, that's what
only one more cylinder than a motorcycle.
Exactly. So the funny part is I've got the hood up and I raised my dad's hood. If you ever seen this 3-cylinder engine, you could stick it in your pocket. I mean, it's that small.
Yeah.
So
what
this
feed the squirrel.
So this, yeah, my nuts. So this old, you know what a Scottsdale is? Truck.
Yes.
1978. Yep.
Chevrolet Scottsdale.
Yep. 1978 Scottsdale pulls up blah, 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 on the opposite side.
Well, that's the one that's the rescue helicopter right there.
This guy gets out. He's got like a 2-week shadow on, gray. His hair's gray. His skin is the color of dirt. He's just and drunk. He comes up and he goes, "What the hell is that?" He's pointing to my dad's car.
No kidding.
I go, "That's my dad." He's like, "Son of a bitch, look at that thing. How does that thing run?" And he's sticking his head around the car. "Does that thing run on gasoline?" My dad's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go."
Well, next time you're up there, you run into him again, tell my brother so I said hi.
Exactly. So my dad jumps the car and he goes, "Well, shit, that's all it needed was that little bit of juice, man." I said, "Yep, see you later." All right, then. But he was the only one. This guy was completely bare bones, disgusting. If you were to look at him, he was the one that stopped by and gave me, asking me if I basically needed help. And he saw my dad was there, and I'm like, "No, my dad's going to jump it off." And he's like, "You going to jump it off with that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." All right. Jumped it off, and he's like, "Oh, man, that's all it took." So he went on about his day. But
see, that's the kind of people that you used to run into up there all the time. And even here where I'm at, we're about an hour and a half apart. So that's the kind of people that you used to run into all the time. Now it's the 2-door Mercedes driving,
fake on the phone.
The other way. Yeah, everybody look the other way. Ooh, if I turn my head, they won't see me and ask me for help.
And it's not like I was sitting there like looking for help. I was just kind of making like eye contact, like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm fine. Just not even a check on me. None of them, except for this drunk guy came up.
Next time, just sit your ass in your truck and wait. Don't get out. Don't draw attention to yourself. Just sit in the truck and wait until you're called upon.
Yeah, and then the cops are going to pull up and go, "What are you doing sitting in this parking lot?"
"I'm broke down, asshole."
Yeah.
What else do you need? What other information do you want?
Yeah. Drivers and legislation. Driver and legislature.
Yeah, and then you get out and start ranting around the parking lot going, who called the cops? I kicked out, you're dead.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to talk to you about, or tell you about my my hot dog debate story with my wife. So stick around. We'll be right back.
You totally just like stick around. We're going to talk. I got something else to talk about, the Goosebumps. You just totally.
It's a teaser to hold them on to the end of the show, Shayne.
You're not going to talk about Goosebumps
I am.
at the end of the show.
I am, because I'm gonna, if you look at the topics, it'll fit in there.
You didn't send me any.
I did.
No,
I sent you.
Didn't tell me.
I sent you the link and everything. I said new link and topics for this week.
Oh, for crying out loud. The last email that I got was Cedar Management. You are parking. Your hearing is blocked. Okay, there it is.
Whoopsie.
Just popped up. How many you drank already? What you working on? Number 20?
4.
24?
No, this is number 4.
I'm only, I just opened number 3.
Yeah, I started at noon.
Yeah, and I went back to Miller Lite. Screw that bush. Screw that bush. Okay.
Well, I just can't. I can't seem showing out because we looked at it the other day. It was $19 a case. I'm like, this was $15. I said I got to stay with it until the price changes, or one way or the other. One goes up, one goes down.
Yeah, but I mean, but when you're buying as many cases as you're buying, I can understand that. But
right.
when I'm just buying one,
yeah.
So what's $3? You know. And plus, there's a unopened bottle of Tito's handmade vodka.
Ew.
How do you hand make vodka?
It's the
you stick your hand down in the vat and stir it around a couple.
Like the girl from National Lampoon's Vacation when she's stirring the Kool-Aid with her hand. Can I help you with that there, Tina? No, I got it. My daddy says I kiss the best.
Excuse me. That was rude.
So Shayne, the other day I asked my wife something. I was doing something out in the front yard. We put in the new fence posts, redid the pasture fence. So it's all these wooden, 4x4 wooden posts on the ground and all the rails up.
Split rail?
No.
Is that what we're talking about here?
No, I'm talking about triple rail for the horses. Can't have a split rail for horses. They'll break right through it. And so I had to cut all the tops off. And I was like, man, I don't have a marker or anything. And so I knock on the side door, my wife's office, and she's like, what do you want? I said, do we have a China marker? And she goes, a what? I said a China marker. Shayne, do you know what a China marker is?
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. A China marker. So I'm assuming
they changed the name because they find it racist or something. I don't know why, but China marker.
What did they call it before?
No, that's the name. That's the name that it was, and now they've changed it.
You said it was. Oh, China marker. Oh, okay. I thought you said they changed it to China marker.
No, they changed it from China marker.
Spick marker or
lazy,
God forbid,
lazy yellow man marker.
Yeah, the N-word marker.
Yeah, man, give me that.
I'm assuming it's like a grease pencil where you pull the little string.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly, it's a grease pen or a grease pencil. And she's like, China marker. I said, yeah, like a grease pencil. And then she goes, what's a grease pencil? And I go, yeah. So I'm batting 1,000 with her as far as describing what I actually need.
You should have just walked away at that point. Like, damn it, you don't know. I'm done.
I'll find it myself. But I said to her, it's got the little string on it and it unravels. You never sharpen it. And you pull it. She's like, no. She's like, I said, do we have colored pencils? I need something to write on these boards. Do we have anything? So she comes out with a white pencil. I swear to God, I thought it was a fucking China marker. I was like, what? Oh, you're lucky. So anyways, she didn't know what a China marker was or a grease pencil. So there you go.
Well, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing.
They are the same thing, but
hey. Yeah, but if you were asking her, what's a bridle? Do we have any bridles? Do we have any whatever, Latigos.
But
I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
But I've heard of that. She's never heard of either one of those terms. I guess that's where I was going.
Well, that's engineer kind of stuff. You know, engineers, draftsmen, construction.
You mean guys that drive trains?
Guys that, yes. No, they don't even use those things. Or the old school radar guys, you know, that are writing up on the clear glass
that you see,
from the 50s
in the submarines and stuff. They're mapping out where the ships are.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in a situation in my entire life where I needed a grease pencil.
It's one of those.
Needed a ton of other things, but never a grease pencil.
well, I got the job done. Something that
it's the greatest pencil in the world. It's the greatest pencil in the world, by the way. You can leave a mark, and then you can also fry bacon.
It's not in the Whole30 diet.
Ultimate survival tool.
And when you're done drawing out the chalk line of your dead body, you can eat it.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. So my wife and I were planning on this past Thursday. we were planning on spending the whole day together. I said, well, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, we can go to Costco. I said, good, because I'm going to get the Kirkland hot dogs. You ever had their hot dogs at Costco, Shayne?
No.
You have not?
No.
Holy.
Is that like a designer hot dog? No. Is that a designer hot dog?
It is 100% all beef, and it's
like a Hebrew. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Like a Hebrew national.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's my favorite designer artisan hot dog.
But
Nathan's.
They're big though. They're like this. See how big and thick this is? I'm holding this up to the camera here. This is my new gimbal that I bought, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But the hot dog is from here to here.
Churchill cigar. Yeah.
And they're so good.
That sounds familiar.
And Shayne, for one of their hot dogs and a fountain drink guess how much would you pay for that? One of those big hot dogs and a fountain drink.
$3.50.
$1.50.
Shut up. Not in 2023.
Yep. And that's one thing that they will never change on their menu. They will never raise the price of their hot dog and their soda because everyone goes in there and gets the hot dog. They'll change the prices on everything else. Pizza will go up. The chicken wings will go up. Everything else. They will never change the price. They actually had a staff meeting. Like the boards are sitting around the table and someone goes, oh, sir, I think we should up the price of our hot dogs because we're losing money. They fired that guy, threw him out the window, and set him on fire once he hit the ground. That's how serious they are about the $1.50 hot dog at Costco.
That's their signature thing then.
It is. And it's, you know, their name brand is like Kirkland or something.
Yeah. Well, they want everybody to go, let's go to Costco and get a hot dog and then maybe buy something else while we're there.
Well, that's the thing. We were going to spend all Thursday and walk around Costco. Me and her, the missus and I walk around, and I said, what are we getting at Costco? Well, we can do some grocery shopping there. I said, babe, everything in Costco is in a box or a bag. There's nothing Whole30 about anything at Costco. Now, granted, they do have fruit, they do have pastries, they do have breads and stuff. But with this new Whole30 diet, we can't eat any of that stuff. Now, yes, they do have meats. Yes, they do have all this other stuff. But I want the snacks. I said, if we're going to Costco, God damn it, I'm getting off this diet and I'm having 2 of those hot dogs. No, you can't have them. I said, then we're not going to Costco. She's like, no, but I want to go to Costco. If we go to Costco, I'm getting a hot dog. We're not going to Costco. I said, okay, good. We don't need to spend $500 at Costco anyways, but still. So that was it. Yeah. The $1.50 hot dog broke our trip to Costco.
Okay. See, these women, I'm telling you.
But look at me, Shayne. I've also
run your dadgum life. I mean, look. You
my belly's gone now.
70. Yeah, you down 70, 80 pounds?
No.
3 weeks?
35 pounds.
It's looking great. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I know how to lose weight.
Oh, God, here we go.
I just don't want to. Yeah.
Here's the calorie
When
count.
you do something like that, yeah. So if you're on a diet and you plateau or something like that, or you're losing weight, you're cruising along, you're losing a couple of pounds a week or 1 pound or whatever, and then you stop, you hit a plateau, you're still doing all the same things that you've done before. Throw in a hot dog. Throw in just a crazy, stupid, I'm just going to eat everything in sight day. Because it shocks your system and it tells it, hey, wait a minute, we're not starving here. Like all the civilizations, they would feast. They'd have feasts throughout the year, and they would just eat until they couldn't. They popped. They would eat and drink until they popped.
It's called gluttony, Shayne. That's a sin.
Well, okay. Apparently hot dogs are a sin too. So
they are on this diet.
Go get that. Yeah, you got to shock your system every once in a while and give it something that you normally would not, or depriving it of it. And you watch it'll kickstart the weight loss again. I'm telling you. I'm not lying to you.
I'm not.
This is scientifically proven.
I haven't plateaued yet. I'm still slowly, still 2 pounds here, 3 pounds here, 4 pounds here. So I'm doing good, and I'm happy because this is something me and my wife can do. My wife and I can do at the same time. Now, the only thing I do break the rules on is cheese and beer. That's the only two things that I break the rules on. But other than that, I'm doing fine. I'm not eating any. We already talked about this. But anyway, so the hot dog thing got.
Let me help you out. I got an awesome recipe for beer cheese soup, and you can combine the two. I'm not kidding you. It's great.
And that's one thing I've tried before, and I was like, oh, this is disgusting.
Not this recipe.
So what's wrong with all the cars sitting out front of your yard there, Shayne?
I don't know. They won't run. Apparently, they have free permission to sit there as long as they want to.
Right. Are you having problems with someone? You're so pissed off.
Have you ever lived in a neighborhood with a homeowners association?
Yes. The house that we lived in, what I call the big house, is it's still down there, and that's where we lived before we moved up here.
Were they fucking Nazis?
No, because if they said something to me, I would point out, I'm like, hey, whoa, Jesus, tell your sister to shut up.
It's the homeowners association, they're here.
I would say, all right, if I'm going to do this, basically I would say, if we're going to follow the rules, let's follow all the rules. And that line right there would always just shut them down. Now, I just got a letter the other day that the people who are renting the house, because we had that house for rent, that the driveway's got a little bit of mold on it because we got these big, huge oak trees that hang over. And I'm like going, so what do we do? She's like, I tell the homeowners, the people that are renting it, clean the fucking driveway or they're going to get the fines. Mm-hmm. So that kind of trickles down there.
You're just as bad as the homeowners association.
No.
Basically, they have a homeowners association and then they have a mini homeowners association, which is you.
That's right. And I got a property manager.
Yeah, I am so sick and tired of homeowners associations. I mean, these people can foreclose on your house. So, look, I've got a unique situation over here. We've talked about this before, where my daughter is disabled, and we have nurses that come over, and then we have family that come over, and blah, 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 blah. And our driveway is, can hold 2 Matchbox cars, right? So there's not enough room to park everybody in the driveway. Not enough room to accommodate everybody. We've got my vehicle, my wife's, and then we have, excuse me,
Jesus,
kicking in. We have a handicap vehicle. All right.
Right.
So that leaves 1 parking space. So from time to time, people have to park out, by the mailbox, sidewalk kind of thing. So these Nazis are they're having a hearing. They're fining us now. They're wanting to fine us $100 a day every time they find a car parked out by the curb.
I think you've got a fair fight because I would go to the board or whatever that you need to do, or write a letter to the board. That way you have some kind of paper trail saying, hey, look, this is not just family members living here. I have a physical medical condition that is living in my house where numerous people have to come over to care for her. And if you throw that in their face and you say medical condition, you can prove it. I mean, Christ, you could just walk them in the house. Like, here she is. Look, there is a lot of people that need to keep this girl alive outside of my wife and I parking here on the property.
Here's the crazy thing though. They have the homeowners associations have their own. They're like an island. They're like an island nation, or like this is how I compare it. You know how you got the Indians on their reservation. They have their own laws. They have their own set of rules. And no outside authority can come in and do it. This is the homeowners association is the same way.
Yeah.
You cannot, everything, they trump every other law. But they can do whatever they want to do.
But you can go in there and make a plea. Say, hey, look, do you not understand?
I can make a plea. But it's ultimately it's going to be up to whatever assholes have been elected to the board to get together and decide, you know, if they want to have some compassion or not. And if they want to be assholes, then there's no other outside authority that can come in and say, you know, that's it. You're gonna need to let them park here.
You should
whatever they decide.
You should run for the office of of the president of the. That's a horrible Trump impression, by the way.
Yeah, being on the board is like bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't doing it. I just want somebody. I just want somebody to look at these people and go, you know, y'all are just being assholes.
Well, promise me,
cut them some slack.
Promise me, Shayne, that you'll write a letter or something to them. We've
written letters. We've called. Of course, they're like, you know. I'd have a better time of getting a hold of the president of the United States than these people.
He won't answer either.
Because like I said, they're in their own little world. They make their own little rules and they can enforce whatever they want to. So now you got a little mini nation of dictators and tyrants. Yeah. Yeah. And the things that these people are going nuts over is, well, you didn't get permission to plant some flowers around your mailbox. Or you got a half-inch square of mold growing. I mean, these people, they all need to be. They need to be marched out in the middle of the
easy
area and shot.
Easy.
And I'm not talking like execution style. I'm talking about taking out a kneecap at a time. Shoot them in the top of the foot. I just make them suffer.
Can I park here? No. Ah! Can I park here? No. Can I park here?
Yeah.
Yes, you can park here. Please, no more, no more.
Yeah. You gonna change the rules now? Nope. I'll just keep going. I got 400 bullets here.
Shayne, be careful.
I know. I'm ranting. These people keep me up at night. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. Just come in here. Lean in close. Lean in close.
Hold on. Let me get close so you can see me.
I want you to listen.
I'm listening.
I want you to listen to what these people, they ride around in a fucking smart car doing their little weekly inspection. And this smart car, you cannot approach it. You cannot talk to it. You cannot wave at it. You can't flip it off. You can't throw rocks at it. You can't do anything. That's the fucking Pope mobile of the community. Do not mess with the smart car inspector.
That's when I stand on the front yard with my junk out.
Nasty. You're going to get another nasty letter if you look at them crossways. If you look at them sideways. You treat them with respect. You salute them when they drive by. You give them lemonade and fucking cookies or whatever else they want. And you make sure that they drive through this neighborhood and they're happy. By the way, here's a fine.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
A smart car, of all the things that they could pick to drive through your neighborhood, it's a smart car.
Is it someone's smart car, or is that part of the...
I don't know. I think it's owned by the community. It's somebody. It's whoever the inspector is, whoever gets elected, whoever the community inspector is, gets to keep that car and drive it through the neighborhood because it's always been the same smart car.
Yeah.
We've lived here for
40 years,
16 years. Yeah, and it's the same damn car every time. So apparently, that's the perk of being the inspector. You get a company car.
Well, speaking of cars, my wife and I had a debate. I'm always debating with my wife because she's about 10 years. Actually, she's 8 years younger than I am. So there's a generation.
You are a master debater.
I am very much. But there's a difference as far as like generation gap and stuff. And we had a debate about a certain vehicle, and she didn't believe what I said about it. And I want to hear if you believe me as well. So stick around. We'll be right back.
All right, I got one more beer left in the refrigerator. How much time we got left? 'Cause now I'm getting stopped up.
20 minutes maybe.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to decide if I need to go down and get more.
Oh, I would go. Yeah, I would go ahead. Go ahead and stock up, Shayne. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I don't want to get too far gone because, like I said, when this is over, I'm going to go downstairs and continue drinking out back. How many?
What? What?
Just trying to get you a good screenshot here. Trying to get you a good screenshot.
I already got it with me being close to the camera. That's going to be my screenshot.
There you go.
All right. Let me go get my refill. We have here in the studio every year at this time. I know you're texting and stuff. Every year in the studio at this time, we have a family of ladybugs that crawls up in our.
Do not kill them.
No. I did, like, the first year I lived here. I was like, what the fuck is all this? They nest in the insulation up here. This is the only room that they do it in, but they're starting to come in now, getting ready for winter.
Yeah, don't kill a ladybug. They're good luck. If you have ladybugs, everything's going to go fine for you.
Well, and the thing is, in Florida, they're red. Up here, they're orange.
No, those are stink bugs.
No. The ladybugs are red and black in Florida. Up here, they're orange and black.
I've got red and black ones. I've got one crawling up my wall right now.
Yeah, and they leave the little orange poop on the walls. That's the only thing I don't like.
Oh, God. This coming from somebody that shits and pisses in the shower, and you're concerned about a microscopic turd.
I see it. I see all imperfections in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of goggles are you wearing that allows you to see microscopic poop? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're seeing is real then.
You ready?
Yeah.
Shayne, you ever use these?
I don't know. Yeah, oh yeah, I use them all the time. You ever smelled a Sharpie?
No, I haven't. Not lately.
Really? You need to try it. Here. Put your nose on that.
No, I'm good. You'll end up drawing a Hitler mustache on me.
Yeah, I use those little toothpicks all the time.
So these are like the little dentist sticks or whatever. They got the little floss on it and a little picker and stuff. Greatest invention in the world, next to sliced bread.
Yeah, floss stick. Did you ever get the ones that are coated in some sort of minty?
Well, yeah, I've got these, and my wife and you know, stocking stuffers. Do you use stocking stuffers at your house? You know what Santa brought you in? You get these little gifts in your stockings. You know, like some candy or just some little odds and ends stuff. No. Okay.
Nobody loves me that much.
It's just my family.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah.
So, my wife in 2020 got me a whole bag. I think there was like 200 and something in the bag, and I was using them and I still have them. I still have the bag. The bag's like half empty because I'll use one, and as long as when I'm done with it, I lay it down on the counter and reuse the same one over and over again until it breaks. That's nasty. I know it's nasty until the string breaks. Well, I reached really far away. No, I reached into my in the bathroom in the drawer. I'm like, oh, this one broke, and I pulled one out to replace the one that broke. And as soon as I put it in my tooth, in between my toothes, that string broke. And I was like, God damn it. And I go, babe, when did you buy me these things? She's like, Jesus Christ, I'm like 2020. So they're starting to dry rot in the drawer there. I'm like, God damn it, you know. So
yeah, I'm thinking, you know, so she bought them. Okay. So you're supposed to floss every day, right?
Right.
Okay. And there's 200 in a pack.
250.
Right.
Let's say 250.
250 in a pack. And these were purchased roughly 3 years ago.
Right.
They should have been, the bag should have been empty roughly 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago.
You don't understand. I do. I recycle them. I use them, and I've got one next to my chair in the TV room. I've got two up here in my office. I've got next to the bed, I've got one, and I've got like one in each of the cars. I hide them so she doesn't throw them away, but I hide them, and I constantly reuse them.
Yeah, I'd like to see a picture. I bet they got food stuck to them.
No, I always do this.
Oh,
when I'm done, I always go like this with them. I swipe the string and kind of roll it up and throw it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just as good as spraying Lysol on them or something. Here, let me flick the Yeah, they'll flick the bacteria off. You know, you realize you're just transferring whatever bacteria is on there that you got out of your teeth in the first place, and then you're just replanting the bacteria back again.
I rinse with mouthwash every day.
Oh, well.
Problem solved, right?
But yeah, problem solved. But you know, beer is actually not mouthwash.
Oh, it's not?
You can consider it to be if you want to. No.
But it eats away all the enamel
So
off my teeth.
I'm getting ready to brush my teeth. Yeah, you getting ready to brush your teeth now. There you go.
Minty.
I'm gonna brush my teeth too.
I know I was talking about the Goosebumps earlier in the show, and I'll get to that here in just one sec. But my wife and I, we were driving. We were coming back from filling up the truck for gas and stuff. And she saw one of the new Broncos that are out. The Ford Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen them?
I like them.
Do you?
I like them.
She goes,
Yeah, I do.
She's like, I mean, like adamant. I don't see why anyone likes those Broncos. And I go, Jesus Christ, it's kind of an odd stance to have in life, you know, against the Ford Broncos.
That's the hill you choose to die on?
Right, exactly. And I said, well, babe, I said, you know, they had a hard time because of that whole OJ thing. She's like, what OJ thing?
Oh, God.
I told you there's an age difference between the two of us. And I said, you don't remember him driving with Al Sharpton? Well, no, it wasn't Al Sharpton. I forget what the guy's name was. It feels like it should be Al Sharpton, but it's not. But he was driving on the highway, the ICP.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson.
Was it Jesse Jackson? It's Michael. But no, they were driving with the white Bronco. She's like, yeah, I vaguely remember, but I mean, what's the big deal? I said, babe, he had like 19 cop cars behind him. And I said, that's the reason why after that chase, they got rid of the Bronco, redesigned it, and made it smaller and called it the Ford Escape because O.J. Simpson was escaping from the police. So that's why, because her dad had a Ford Escape. They got rid of the Bronco and replaced the Bronco.
I think it's pronounced Escape.
Well, and she's like, nuh-uh. I said, yeah, after the whole Ford Bronco thing, and they had a Bronco 2, which was a little bit smaller, and the Bronco 2 turned into the Ford Escape as Ford kind of poking fun at the whole OJ thing. And she's like, no, I've never heard that. I said, well, you heard it here first then.
Yeah, I've always, I think you need to change your name to Cliff. Cliff Clavern. Get in there, Sammy. Sit down. Let me tell you, let me pump your butt full of useless information.
So, have you ever heard that story before?
I've heard different variations of it. I don't think it's true. I think it sounds kind of cool, but I don't think it's true.
No.
I just think the sales dropped. But and then because SUVs went out of style, those were SUVs before SUVs were cool.
They were big. The Broncos were huge. They were like a full size. They're like the size of a Suburban.
Yeah. And I want one of those old school 80s. I want one of those Wagoneers. You remember the Jeep Wagoneers?
Oh, I hate anything Jeep, but yes, I do.
Yeah, so that they kind of went away, and the Broncos. My mom had a Bronco too, 2-door, 80-something. She loved it, but it was the goofiest looking thing I've ever seen. But yeah, those were the SUVs before SUVs were cool. And then we had a car, you know, everybody wanted a car for a little bit. And then we went back to the SUVs again. Now Ford, let me lean into the camera closer again.
Oh God.
I got a bone to pick with Ford.
I'm getting radiation poison here.
I'm a Mustang guy.
Uh-huh. That's fine.
I've had Mustangs. I love Mustangs. Then Ford went and combined a Mustang with an SUV. Have you seen this? Have you seen Satan's Child?
A Mustang with SUV. What's it called?
Yes. It's a Mustang, but it's also an SUV.
Is it
the front part of it is a Mustang, looks like a Mustang, and then it's yes. It's a Mustang SUV, and to top it off, it's electric.
Boogie woogie woogie.
Boogie woogie woogie.
But is it what they consider a crossover?
I think so. It's a crossover SUV type thing.
Yeah.
But it's basically got a Mustang front end. The rest of it's an SUV. It's a, you know.
It's kind of like when they came out the Honda Accord and made it a hatchback.
Yeah, kind of. But this thing looks like an SUV. Look it up. Mustang SUV. Pull it up on your little computer over there.
It's not that little.
It's just, yeah, that's what she said. I don't know. It's just like it's a bastard child is what it is. It's, you know, I don't know. It's taboo to me. It's taboo.
So
I guarantee you, anybody that loves Mustangs don't like those things. Anyway, go ahead.
My uncle, my mom's half sister. You know, my mom passed away. My mom's half sister. As the older I got, the more I disliked her and her family.
This Aunt Bunny?
No. This is Aunt Shirley. This is my mom's side. Aunt Bunny's my dad's side. So this is Aunt Shirley. She was married to a gentleman.
Was she hot?
No. She was married to a gentleman whose mother lived to be 109. His grandmother lived to be 114. And unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 98. We thought he would last forever.
Oh, my goodness.
So
That's a young age.
Yeah, they die so early, so too
much
soon.
Life ahead of him.
I know. But here's the thing. So she is now by herself. Let's say she's 92. Mm-hmm. If not 92, she's 89. She has never driven a car in her whole entire life. He drove everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she gets her hair done on Saturday for church on Sunday. He would drive her to the hair appointment. You know, that classic, you know, husband, wife in that era. That's what they did. Now that he's gone, she's living in this huge house all by herself. And I don't know. I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, how does she get groceries? How does she go to her hair appointments? How does she go to doctor's appointments? And here's the thing. She's got 2 daughters, and one daughter lives in town in Orlando still with her. The other daughter lives in Atlanta, Georgia. But the one daughter that lives in town has gone on a 3-month cruise. So normally I would think like the daughter, because she's older now, she's like 65, she's retired. So she could take her mother to appointments and stuff. So it just ringed in my head. I'm like going, okay, so if she's out of town, the daughter's out of town for 3 months on a cruise with her husband, Aunt Shirley's sitting by the house or sitting in her house all by herself with no one to take her anywhere, nowhere to, and I'm like thinking, now granted, she's pretty well off. You know, his insurance money paid out. He also worked for Lockheed Martin. Before it was Lockheed Martin, it was Martin Marietta when he worked there. He worked there for 40 some odd years. He's got a great.
Was he part of the Skunk Works?
What's that?
Was he part of the Skunk Works?
He was. He actually built the Patriot missile.
No, that's part of Skunk Works.
Is that what it is?
SR-71 Blackbird and all that.
Oh yeah. So he was in the Tomahawk missiles. He worked on all that, and so I was just thinking to myself, when you get to that age, I mean, do you rely on? And if your friends are that age, are you relying on them to take you places? Does she Uber? Does she? And I don't talk to her. I do not talk to her at all. The last time I saw her was at my mom's funeral, and before that, it was like maybe at my wedding in 2014. That was it. So it was just a thing that just kind of stuck out in my head. I was just like, not that I felt sorry for her, but now she's in this huge house. She replaced the roof with, you know, his insurance money and stuff. And so she's just sitting there twiddling her thumbs. I don't know what she's doing. So I just thought about that.
Are you just trying to future plan for yourself? What am I going to do when I get to that age?
No, but I was thinking we had a beautiful sunset. If you look, you know where our property is here in Marshville. We have a beautiful scenic sunset every night. If it's a nice clear sky when the sun goes down on the west, it's beautiful. It just goes right over the tree lines, and you can almost see the sun go into the horizon. And I said, Dad, you know, it's been nice out here. Dad, why don't you come out? Because, you know, my dad lives with me now. And I said, and he's 77. And I said, Dad, it's going to be next couple nights is going to be a beautiful sunset. Why don't you come out here and sit on the porch and we'll watch the sunset go down? And he sits in his computer, like I'm sitting here in front of my computer. This is how he lives his life and watches TV on his computer monitor. And he's like, nah, I'll pass. And I'm like, Dad, you know, you're 77.
You don't have You don't have many sunsets left. Get out here.
And that's the kind of I didn't want to feel, I don't want him to feel bad, but I'm like going, let's watch the sunset and enjoy this moment in life. Nah, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, watch your.
Yeah, he probably figured if you got him out there, you're probably going to off him.
Push him off the deck. Get out of here.
Oh, Dad, look over at the sunset. What? End of him.
See ya. Call the agency.
Well, it is Halloween, so maybe you could throw his carcass out on the lawn as a Halloween decoration.
Well, here's the thing:
stack him up on a bale of hay.
It's funny that you say that. I was watching I'll get into the Goosebumps here in just one sec, but I was sitting there watching the Goosebumps movie and stuff, and I go, this is my favorite time of year is the Halloween, and I was like, I really do miss out on decorating because I go all out, just like you see in the neighborhoods and stuff, but we have no kids around here, so it makes no sense for me. But I was thinking about you. I was like going, man, Shayne's lucky he lives in the neighborhood. He's got kids that come by, trick or treat and all that stuff. And then this dark, morbid thought came over my mind. I'm like going, Shayne's got some of the coolest decorations in his house that he doesn't even know it. And I was like, he could wheel his dad out there and put him into it. And then you could like slide the bed out there with your daughter on it and have it over on the other side and kind of dress them up. And they're like, this isn't real. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm overstepping my boundaries, but I would take advantage of the people that you have in the house and the condition that they're in to make them Halloween decorations, Is that bad? I don't know.
You're saying to... Yeah, I mean, you're saying that I could use like a live nativity Halloween scene?
Exactly.
That was you're saying.
Because get your
listen,
father-in-law out there.
Like I said earlier, it's that refrigerator sitting in the landfill where that's what it's like inside your brain. Who in the hell would have ever come up with that idea?
I was watching.
Just drag your family out there.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah,
they're just laying around.
Yeah, they're just sucking up oxygen. Throw them out there for Halloween decoration.
Roll them out there. Slap some paint on them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start working on that. Halloween's what? Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Well, you got that new pull welly or pull lever thing, the new winch level. What's the thing that you made to lift your daughter out of the bed? You could hook her to that and have her slide from tree to tree or something.
Yeah, it's an electric hoist. I mean, it's also doubles. I can hang a deer up and gut it there in the living room when I'm not using that for her.
So put her in that sling and then tie a cable in between two trees, and as the kids come up, you could like press the button and she goes flying across the yard from tree to tree.
I can do that, but I think it might piss her off just a little bit. She's disabled, but she's still able to be pissed off. So you're more than welcome to come try it.
Just thought, I was like, damn, he's so lucky. He's got these two people that aren't doing anything. He could use them for Halloween decorations.
I'm gonna start working on that as soon as the show's over.
Okay.
Good grief.
All right. I promise I'm going to pay off the Goosebumps, the new series premiere when we come back. So
yeah, I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this since the beginning of the show.
Stick around. You thought I got dark and morbid. Get ready. It's going to get crazier. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. Wouldn't that be funny?
God.
I was just laying in bed. It was the end of the night. I was coming down off my friggin', my buzz, and I was like going, God, wonder if he ever thought about tying her up to a tree and just like having her swing through some stuff.
No, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, make it happen. You got 3 days before Halloween.
Okay. Damn. I'm so thankful that I don't depend on you as a caregiver or motivational speaker.
But I'd be a good caregiver, a good motivational speaker for caregivers.
Yeah. It's just, you know, boy, that Tito's is screaming at me right now.
What do you mix with the Tito's? Do you drink it straight?
Orange juice, straight up orange juice.
Good orange juice?
With the pulp. I like the pulp.
Yeah.
Still in it. So
the daughter of Aunt Shirley, she has one of the few orange trees that you're allowed to have on your property in Florida. Believe it or not, you have to have if you have an orange tree on your property, you have to register them with the state.
They have to be Valencia?
No, they can be anything, but they have to be registered with the state.
That's California crap.
No, it's Florida too, because canker came through and they don't want it spreading to the crops, and she actually lost her orange tree because they were like, and they tested it for, the agricultural center came out and they tested it and said, yeah, this tree's got canker in it, and they had to cut it down. But for Christmas, we would all gather at Aunt Shirley's place, and they would get all the oranges off of the trees and squeeze them, and we'd have fresh screwdrivers for breakfast while we were opening presents.
Why wasn't that the story about Aunt Shirley?
Because it's not as funny.
Did the worms end up in the screwdrivers too? Or?
No, they get ground. Well, they might get grounded up in there. I don't know.
Extra protein. It's okay.
You ready?
Yep. Oh, I thought we were going.
No. I know. You get lost in a moment.
No.
We need to get I need to get a sponsor. So listen up, everyone out there listening to us. And we also have a YouTube channel as well. So make sure you like us over there on YouTube. I usually don't self-plug the show. I keep this as free and open as our dialect between Shayne and I. But I'm looking for, just listen to me out there. I want, if you are interested in reaching our tens of thousands of listeners, if you make goat soap, I want you to be a sponsor. And the only thing I want, outside of a little check, is free goat soap for life, or for as long as you buy advertisement on the show here. Goat soap. Shayne, do you use goat soap at all?
Oh, I just lather myself up.
No. I'm being serious. Outside of the little request for advertisement.
No, wait.
Uh-huh.
When you say goat soap,
goat, like or whatever.
Goat. I know what a fucking goat is.
All right.
Is it goat milk?
Yes, it's goat milk.
Made out of. Okay, so it's not made out of the fat of a goat, because you can make soap out of fat too.
Yeah, I know. I saw Fight Club.
I don't expect you to go there. Don't talk about that.
We never talk about the goat soap in Fight Club. No, they just use the milk, and they use the milk to make the thing. Shayne, I bought a bar of goat soap at one of our local feed stores here just to see what it was, and they had a nice smell there, and I was like, oh, this is really, really nice. I washed myself with it. Mm-hmm. I have never felt as clean ever. Mm-hmm. I've had millions of different deodorant soaps. I've had the high end. I've had the low end. I've had all those different soaps and stuff. Goat soap, for whatever reason, when I'm done, I don't feel tacky. I don't feel sticky. And I'm rubbing my arm here if you're watching this on YouTube channel. I don't feel sticky. I feel clean. The water comes off of me. I don't feel ashy. And the smell, I get the patchouli or some kind of derivative of patchouli. My wife's a fucking hippie. I'm like, no, I really like that smell.
Wait. Patchouli? Yeah. Isn't it patchouli?
Patchouli, whatever.
I get a variant of petroleum.
Sometimes I get, petroleum oil.
Yeah. It's patchouli.
Patchouli, okay, whatever.
Thank you. Have you not heard Year of the Cat?
No.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Well, so does your scrotum love this?
Here's the thing. I don't wash from the waist down because I feel like I'm wasting the soap. No, I mean, hold on. That came out wrong. I don't wash with that soap from the waist down.
Damn, Pigpen.
Yeah. Your nuts.
I wonder you don't have any friends.
Your nuts stink.
Oh.
I use regular deodorant. I've got a deodorant soap for down below. And I've used the patchouli, the goat soap, for up.
Yeah.
So I switched in between soaps.
I don't know what in the hell's going on over there.
You signed the contract to be on this show, Shayne. So,
oh my God, no, I didn't. Look, this was not in the contract. This is a side disclaimer,
right?
Because okay, so listen. So far, we've talked about you shitting and pissing in the shower
several weeks ago, right?
Several weeks ago, but it's all an evolution of leading up to now. Shitting and pissing in the shower. And then we find out that you don't wash from the waist down. That's where all the action is.
With goat soap. That's what I meant to say. I use deodorant soap down below.
All right. Specify, because everybody's wondering.
So I just thought if
we got a minefield down there, and you're not trying to defuse any of them as you're walking across. You turn that turret somewhere else.
Are you calling my penis a turret?
Now what? Just no.
You don't even know what. Crawl back in the refrigerator. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Here's that. I think your brain. We need to rename your brain Purgatory.
No, Purgatory is where you wait to be judged in heaven.
Exactly. It is just this weird place where you're just sitting around waiting on something to happen. And you never know what goes on inside Purgatory.
I know what goes on in there. It's all up here. So I started the show out by.
I'm sorry. I'm relieved that you're at least using some sort of soap down there.
You get the drink from the fire hose.
Wait. You don't have kids, do you?
I do not have kids. I have all my kids are furry animals, furry and feathery animals.
Thank God. Okay, go ahead.
Because if I did and they were disabled, I'd hang them outside for Halloween decorations.
I don't even know what to do with that.
So at the beginning of the show, I was talking about how great the 2015 Goosebumps movie was, as far as like special effects, the storyline, the acting was, I don't want to say superb. It's a family horror movie. So it's kind of fun. You ever seen that movie Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of along that lines where there's still a little bit of like tension, but there's a little bit of comic relief at the same time. It's got Jack Black in it, and it was really, really good. And then I watched the bootleg version where it was on YouTube in a minute and 50-second segment. So minute 50, next segment, minute 50, and so on and so forth. Only because they've come out with a new series. I think it's on, I don't know where it's at. I forget. I think it's on Hulu or something. They've got a new series out there with Justin Long. He's a pretty good actor. I mean, he picks and chooses his own roles. He's no Leonardo DiCaprio, but still.
Oh, for God's sake, nobody's Leo.
No. And so this new Goosebumps movie's come out, and it's a different derivative. It's kind of the backstory, if you've seen the Goosebumps movies, about where the puppet Slappy came from. Slappy's the puppet. And I watched the first episode, and I was kind of like, it's not written, this series was not written by the original R.L. Stine, who wrote the Goosebumps series. This is written by some other corporate people. And I'm watching, and the storyline wasn't as impactful. There was no punch to the storyline. There was no punch to the dialogue, because everyone, now this is, Goosebumps came out in 2015, and the part 2 came out in 2018. Now we're coming up on 2024. They've written this new series in 2023, 2024 lingo. And they're like, the hell is that?
We're just getting some people. I've got some people downstairs getting my daughter moved out into the lawn.
Okay.
I don't have time to do it right now. I gotta hire some people to get her out there.
All right. Well, tell them to be quiet for a minute.
Yeah. Sorry.
So the dialogue is written in what's now what they call woke society. So I watched the first episode. So the show starts out, and I'm not going to give anything away, but you got a black kid, and he's not like black, like ghetto black. He's kind of like, he could pass as like Cuban.
Dirty black. Oh, okay. Cuban.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like light-skinned black. And he's got a light-skinned girlfriend, a different ethnicity. Say that for me, Shayne.
Ethnicity.
There you go. Thank you. And they've got a friend who is very, very gender neutral.
Okay.
And the dialogue between them all is kind of like, it's what? Oh, I thought you were waving me. Come here.
I'm scratching my head.
I thought you were doing this. Like, come here.
Nope.
So the whole dialogue, it's safe dialogue. And it threw me out of the series, at least the first episode. It was all the dialogue was safe. It was it was very, very.
Your show went woke.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what happened. Yeah, that's happened. Every single show that we've ever watched went woke at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out after that. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube. I watch stupid stuff on YouTube.
You should watch this show on YouTube.
Entertained. I don't. Yeah, watching This Is 50. I don't want to be. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be indoctrinated.
Yeah, I just felt, with the excitement of the first one and the second one, I was hoping that this would follow the same lines as far as the dialogue. And because, like I said, film and theater major, I listened to the dialogue. Now, if I was not to say anything to you, you would have no idea. But I'm sitting there listening to it and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, God, they're playing it so safe. Why are they playing it so safe? The other ones had just this little bit of edge to them and they're missing that. I'm hoping the series gets better, but that's the thing. That I was watching.
It's not going to, because that's my take on that.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know that I'm not disappointed. I just hope that it gets better for me.
Well, let us know. Let us know the progression of it. If it gets better, if it gets worse, we're all interested. We're just waiting. I wish my watch would just shut up.
Patiently waiting. I'll post stuff on the This Is 50 Facebook page as well, as far as my reviews and stuff at what's going on. And I'll post that new, what do you call it? It's a ski lift, swing. What did you make your?
Yes, it's
your
a ski lift. I have a mountain in my living room, and it will take you all the way. I installed a ski lift in the kitchen, and it will take you to the top of the mountain, so you can ski down into the.
Is it a Black Diamond? Black Diamond Resort?
Diamond. It's right at the top. It's right at the top. Ski at your own risk.
Well, I wish you luck on that.
If you don't make it, if you hit a tree, if you Sonny Bono yourself on the way down, then we're just going to chunk your body out on the front lawn for Halloween decoration.
Stick a candle in your ass and call it a pumpkin.
Yeah. No, it's a lit. I saved a bunch of money. I engineered that thing, and I am happy with myself.
Well, I'll put that up on Facebook too as well. All right, Shayne, anything else before I let you go?
Just going to drink some more beer. You going to drink more beer? How many more? So how many beers are you in right now?
This is 6. This one's 7.
Really?
Yeah.
You only went through 7 through the whole show?
No, this is 7 right here. This is 6. I'm halfway through. Actually, I got about maybe 2 more swigs of 6, and then I'm hitting 7. Phase 1 cannot be completed until 2:30. That's the rule. You start at 12, 2:30. Phase 2 starts.
Oh, that's great. What's society without rules, right?
You gotta have rules in order to break them.
Rules in a modern society. That's what makes it makes it work. No, I'm gonna go drink more beer.
All right.
Sit out on my back porch and drink some beer.
Hopefully the sun beams you right in the face.
It will.
All right.
It will.
We'll talk to you later, Shayne.
All right. See you. Bye.
See you. Bye. Hold on. Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.